Good morning. This is Mrs. Hart, and today I am going to share one of my favorite Hanukkah stories. This is called Hanukkah Bear. It was written by Eric Kimmel, illustrated by Mike Wahanutka. This was based on a story originally written by Eric Kimmel that was called The Hanukkah Guest. So this is a little bit different version. Hanukkah Bear. Old Bear awoke from his winter sleep. He poked his nose outside his den. What was that? Something to eat. Old Bear's empty stomach rumbled. He shook himself all over, then lumbered out of his den to follow the delicious smell. So that tells us something smells good. Baba Braina took the last potato latke from the pan and put it in the oven with the others. Baba Braina was 97 years old and did not hear or see as well as she used to, but she still made the best potato latkes in the village. Every year at Hanukkah time, all her friends came to her house on the edge of the forest. How they loved those latkes. Baba Braina always made plenty, but tonight she made twice as many as usual. Tonight was special. Tonight the rabbi was coming. Okay, so let me just tell you a couple of things here. Baba in Yiddish means grandma, and potato latkes are like potato pancakes, or kind of like you might have for breakfast with eggs. You might have some fried potatoes on the side. The rabbi is the man or woman who is the head of the synagogue where the Jewish people worship. Just like in a church, you might have a pastor or a priest. Baba Braina hurried to get ready. Just then she heard a thump on the door. She opened it. Rabbi, you're here early. How nice to see you. Ruff, growled Old Bear. Happy Hanukkah to you too. Please come in. So remember, Baba Braina is old and she doesn't see as well as she used to. Old Bear walked into the house. I'll take your coat, Rabbi. My, how thick it is. Baba Braina tugged at Old Bear's fur. Old Bear roared, Roar! Oh, you want to keep your coat on? Well, that's all right. It is chilly in here. Old Bear's nose twitched. Thank you, Rabbi. How kind of you to say that. The latkes will taste even better than they smell. Old Bear followed his nose to the oven. Roar! Rabbi, I'm surprised at you. You know we don't eat until we light the menorah. Grrr. That's all right. I know you were teasing. I'll light the candles. Will you say the blessing? Grrr. Baba Braina struck a match and lit the shamus candle. Then she lit the one for the first night. Old Bear muttered and growled, Grrr, grrr. And who has kept us alive, sustained us, and enabled us to reach this season. Oh, Rabbi, you say the blessing so beautifully. Baba Braina sat down at the table. Old Bear sat beside her. Let's play dreidel. We'll use these nuts. Old Bear cracked one with his teeth. Rabbi, you won't have any nuts for the game if you eat them all. Grrr, growled Old Bear. Don't worry, I have plenty of nuts if you need more. Baba Braina spun the dreidel. It stopped on the letter Gimel. I win! Baba Braina swept the nuts into her apron. Roar! Old Bear roared. Oh, don't be angry, Rabbi. It's only a game. She tossed him a nut. Old Bear begged for more. No, Rabbi, no more nuts. It's time for dinner. Baba Brena opened the oven door and took out a platter piled high with steaming potato latkes. Old Bear sniffed the latkes as she set them on the table. Do you prefer sour cream or jam? Baba Brena asked. Roar, Old Bear growled. Jam. I thought so. Baba Brena smeared 5 big latkes with jam and stacked them on Old Bear's plate. Old Bear gobbled them down. Baba Brena laughed. You should use a fork. You have jam all over your beard. She wet a towel and wiped Old Bear's face. I must tell you, Rabbi, you eat like a bear. Roar! I'm hungry like a bear, so I eat like one. I can see that, Baba Brena said. Old Bear ate and ate until the latkes were gone. He felt drowsy. His head flopped on Baba Brena's lap. Rabbi, you're sleepy. Who wouldn't be sleepy after such a meal? All the latkes are gone. It's time to go home. But before you leave, I have a Hanukkah present for you. Baba Brena took a red scarf from her knitting basket. She wrapped it around Old Bear's neck. I made it myself. Grrr! Old Bear licked Baba Brena's face. Baba Brena blushed. Oh, Rabbi, at my age? Old Bear shuffled to the door. Oof! He growled as he walked off into the night. Good night to you too, Rabbi. Happy Hanukkah. Baba Brena was washing dishes when she heard another knock. I wonder who that is. Shalom, Baba Brena. All her friends stood at the door wishing her a happy Hanukkah. Shalom, everybody, Baba Brena said. How nice to see you. I'm sorry, I don't have any more latkes. The rabbi came by. He ate them all. Baba Brena, don't you recognize me? It was the rabbi. The rabbi couldn't have eaten your latkes, everyone said. He's been with us in the synagogue. Baba Brena rubbed her forehead. Something strange is happening, Rabbi. I think there is an impostor going around. He looks like you. He talks like you. He even has your beard. Just then the children cried, Look at the floor! Bear tracks! A bear? And I thought it was the rabbi! Baba Brena had to sit down, and soon she began to giggle. That was a very clever bear, or a very foolish Baba Brena. Ah, well, let the bear have a happy Hanukkah. I had a happy Hanukkah too, and so will you, dear friends. Bring some potatoes from the cellar. Fetch my grater and bowl. Everybody has to help. You too, Rabbi. If we all work together, we'll soon have latkes for everybody. Deep in the forest, Old Bear slumbered in his den. His stomach was full of potato latkes. The warm woolen scarf was wrapped snugly around his neck. Pleasant dreams, Old Bear, and happy Hanukkah. And in the back is a recipe for latkes, which I'm sure you can find online if you want to make them. And then a little information about Hanukkah. All right, I hope you enjoyed one of my favorite Hanukkah stories.